there's a reason it's taken us so long to feature our brand, which is the category of mezcal is growing in aggregate, but the number of entrants into that category seems to be growing faster. A lot of brands' market shares are stable or shrinking as the pie grows, but the slices get smaller and smaller. So Madre, in this way, is an outlier. It's growing and it's gaining market share. How and why do you believe that's the case?
Um, Audience, again, we've launched when we launched Madre, it was always about, the community. We started this brand in 2016, and we didn't really launch. We didn't sell our first bottle until 2018. 17, we were out in the market before we'd sold the bottle, marketing this product to bartenders. We were working the brand. The brand existed in Instagram for a year before we sold the bottle. People saw the bottle and how do I get this bottle? We resisted actually selling any product for 1 year. We built a community, and when we finally came out, it was unobtainium. People are like, "Oh my God, I managed to buy," and there was such a word of mouth. But the brand strength has always come from from the fact that we have such a strong base audience. So, to your point on the number of players in the market, there's four players, Del Maguey, Illegal, 400 Conejos, and Madre, that represent about nearly 60% of the market. So let's say Del Maguey has 19, Illegal has 17, 400 Conejos and us have about 11 or 12%. And then there's a long, long tail of other products and brands, a long, long tail. So your point is absolutely taken. We're the only brand that isn't really it isn't owned by a strategic with very deep pockets. And the reason we're even able to play in that space is not because we have, pay for play distribution. We can't play that game. We don't have deep pockets. What we have is an authentic brand that connects with an audience. So we have this consistent high sort of base, and it grows each month, but it's growing off a very authentic base of creative influencers, cultural influencers, and I think we've been fortunate that the chains have recognized us in Nielsen and all the data. They've taken the chance of bringing us in to Safeway, to Ralph's, to Gelson's, to Kroger, to Albertsons, Pavilions. And I think the strength of the brand, just the actual visual brand, has been very powerful in pulling it through. I think that we spent a lot of time and energy on the visual ID of the brand, and that really works to our advantage. If we can get placement, we get the sort of the growth. So we're happy to be 11% of the market without having any of the sort of the power of the deep pocketed strategics. And if we did have the power of the deep pocketed strategics when we're at that point where we want to sort of grow, I think that's when we'll become the number one brand in the mezcal industry.